It's 2021, guys. You started making your own Twitch channel and you only get one viewer and you're wondering why you're not growing. In this video, I'll explain you 5 good tips that actually will help you get more viewers. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Krale and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'll explain you 5 tips on how to grow on Twitch. Now, by no means am I any big streamer or whatsoever, but I do know and I've seen a lot of videos where people actually explain 5 tips as well on how to grow your Twitch channel. And I'm not like, trying to re-record people their videos and be like, oh, just because they make these videos, I can do the same. No, not really. It is kind of similar, but these are my tips, my 5 tips at least, to tell you how to grow on Twitch and making sure that you get to the high ground like Obi-Wan said in Star Wars. So tip number 1, I think if you start streaming on Twitch, I think the biggest thing you should keep in mind is how to grow. And this is really in a personal way to everyone, meaning that if you start your Twitch channel, I would say is number 1, think about your goal. What is it that you want to do with Twitch? Now, first of all, think of a genre, a category you want to specialize in. This can be music, this can be ASMR, this can be, gaming. Literally anything on Twitch is doable, but think of a goal that you want to achieve or think about what you want to do when you start doing Twitch. For me, for example, in Twitch, I think the most important thing is to have fun with friends. Also, explain to people on how to grow, give them tips, do some just chatting sessions when people have questions regarding what I do. It's really, what is it that you want to do with Twitch? I think that's the biggest question you got to ask yourself. And this can be building a business into doing it for fun as a hobby. Just make sure that you know when you start doing Twitch that you know what you're working with. So I think apart from that, what I kind of explained in step 1 and let's say step 2 is think to yourself, what kind of stream do you want to start? As I said, think about ASMR, think about music, think about gaming, think about art or drawing. There's I wouldn't say a million, but there's like a really big ton of things you can do in Twitch. And there's obviously already a lot of people who will probably do the same thing that you want to do. There's a really big ton of gamers, people who do art, people who do music, so you're competing with a really, really big list. That's what you got to keep in mind. Growing on Twitch, especially in this year, it's difficult. Not just for me, not for other people, but everybody has a struggle with Twitch right now. Because, COVID's around, people have to work from home, people start doing other things that they normally wouldn't, and one of those things is Twitch right now. People are doing Twitch as if, everybody just found out about it and everybody's like, oh, Twitch is the new TikTok. Everybody has to do it. So it's really a good thing to do. I'm not, telling people not to do Twitch, but just know that if you are starting with Twitch, it's going to take a long time, if, unless you're lucky, to make a growth on Twitch. It really is difficult. And this is not only for Twitch, but growing on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Growing is not an easy thing. It takes time and consistency. And that's something I feel like people overlook a lot. There's many people, including myself, that we started on Twitch that you get maybe like 1 or 2 viewers. And that can take maybe up to a few months until you actually get to one of getting more. Now, obviously, just streaming on Twitch is not going to help. You need, at least for my tip, as a number 3, is diversify your content. Make content on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch, and make a Discord server so you gather all these people around. You diversify your content, which means, let's say we have Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, and Twitch. I'm not sure. Did I say Twitch again? Let's just say we have 5 social medias. If you diversify your content and you get to a point where people enjoy watching you, you get, let's say, 100, live viewers on Twitch. You get about 10 to 20,000 views on YouTube. You have a few ton of followers on Instagram and Twitter. all of these platforms are revenues to you, which means, you're getting revenue from 5 different platforms. Now, obviously, I'm not saying constantly make content on YouTube, on Twitch, on Discord, on Twitter, on Instagram. Keep it in a balance so that your social life and your work and your personal life is still something you work on, because, if Twitch is something you want to do full time, first try to implement it in your life apart from the whole social thing. It's never bad to start with Twitch, but it's just to keep in mind that starting with Twitch is difficult. I'm just going to say it straight up. People say, follow these 5 tips on videos and you will get more viewers, which is definitely true. But growing on Twitch as of right now is just really difficult. So keep that in mind. So my tip number 4 for people is choose your software. And I will explain it in another video, what the difference is between OBS, with OBS Studio, with Twitch Studio, with Streamlabs. There's many platforms out there, and it is, I wouldn't say difficult, but more like a personal thing where you should choose for yourself what you want to do. To give you guys a simple summary, the software Streamlabs is user-friendly. It is easy to set up scenes. There's a lot of cool widgets and fun things which you can do in Streamlabs, but which you can't do in OBS. So I'd highly advise for people who are new to streaming and they're not like, oh, I want to, take all my time, set up everything, which, trust me, setting up a really good stream, unless you have all the assets already, it takes time and effort, and sometimes even a bit of money. Investing in your Twitch or your content is definitely not a bad thing. So Streamlabs is user-friendly. If it's something you really are, supposedly that you really want to stream, but you don't have a lot of technical information or knowledge, I would say start doing that. Apart from that, you do want to make sure that when you choose your software that you know that the difference between OBS and Streamlabs, I think the biggest thing there is that these softwares are both easy to use, but Streamlabs is user-friendly. Looking at OBS, for example, is a great program. It's been around for years. There's literally almost no negative feedback about it. It just is not as easy as Streamlabs is set up. Streamlabs is more like a build, like a whole package in one. Like you get a packet, it has everything inside of it. All you have to do is click and set it up. That's all you have to do. OBS, however, is more of a advanced platform where you have to set up everything manually. Nothing in there. I mean, obviously there's the default assets, but if you want to get into some advanced things, that is all reliable on yourself. That's going to take time. It's going to take effort. You probably have to educate yourself in trying to set some things up. So keep that in mind. Setting up OBS or Streamlabs or stuff like that, it's I wouldn't say difficult, but it would never be bad or be difficult to find a video on how to set up, whether it's Streamlabs, OBS, Twitch, or anything like that. So I think what you do want to do, and this is not if you are starting a streamer, but if you get to a point where you get an average of 5 to 10 viewers, always recheck what your stream is looking like. Check your audio, check your video, check your games, check all the scenes you are going to be using for this stream. Let's say I would be streaming today, and I think the most important thing that people overlook, sometimes people are too lazy, but it's definitely something. If you get to a point where you get a lot of viewers, like let's say we have 100 viewers, right? You want to make sure that when you go live, you have everything set up, everything is rechecked. People are not gonna go to your stream and you have literally nothing is working. I don't think that's something you want to do. So to summarize it for everyone, I would say step number 1 would be check your goal. What is it you want to do with Twitch? Do you want to keep it a hobby? Do you want to keep it as, focusing on building your own business or brand and then going to a full-time job, something like that? I would say for tip number 2 is, what is it that you want to do on Twitch? Is that music? Is that art? Is that gaming? Is that just chatting or ASMR? a variety of things you can do. And I would advise people to look on Google, type in categories or genres on Twitch and see what maybe fits you best. I would say as a tip for number 3, is gear necessary? I would say yes and no. Gear is something I would consider your peripherals or your assets to starting on Twitch. Now, obviously, we know if you want to start on Twitch, you need a few things to actually make a good growth. One of those things is your audio. A good microphone is always a good investment. Now, you don't need a microphone like, for example, the one I'm rocking right now. But I think the most important things regarding gear, and those are just simply 2 things, like 2. I would say audio and video are the most important. Quality of video and quality of audio is one of the most important key features, because people are going to listen to your audio. People are going to be watching your videos. So keeping these 2 KPIs, I will call them key potential indicators, you want to make sure that, your video is good. People can continue watching your video or your stream without having any interruptions or bad quality. And the better your audio, or the more balanced your audio regarding your volume of your microphone, your music, and your games and everything around it, the more balanced that is, the more enjoyable the experience for people will be. I would say, apart from the whole gear, for example, I have 2 monitors, a good computer, a good microphone. I have 2 Elgato key lights, and I'm rocking a Logitech Brio 4K. Is this all necessary? No, not even close. You don't need anything of this. However, if you start streaming and time passes, investing and making sure you get the right things for your requirements, it's definitely a good thing to do. Lighting is good because it makes your quality of your video better. That's why we talked about, quality of video is important, whether that's your quality of games, your desktop, or your camera. I think investing in a microphone on a boom arm, for example, and this is just a Blue Yeti, which costs like $90 or $100. It has great audio, especially if you tune it. So it's not cheap, it's not expensive, and it adds a lot of value to your Twitch channel because people want to enjoy the experience. So investing in your gear, definitely not a bad thing. Depends on, invest it right and invest well, but don't invest into expensive, unnecessary things yet. They can become eventually important, but not now, in the start at least. So capturing number 4, or actually step number 4, is personalize your channel where it fits your needs, where you would say, if I would visit this channel, I would enjoy reading the panels, seeing the banner, whether that's your online banner or your offline banner. The title, getting a catchy title, people read your Twitch channel and they'll be like, oh, this is interesting. Make your Twitch channel in a way that it's important, but also eye-catching, that you have to see it in a way, if I would see this channel, would I watch this person? Think about it as if you're standing in the shoes of the viewer. That's a good thing to keep in mind. I'd say step number 5 is a bit different than I explained at the start, but enjoy streaming. Everybody went through the difficult time of having 1 viewer, 2 viewers, or even 0. But just enjoy what you're doing, and to motivate you, maybe play with friends, talk on a one-on-one with people you see. Because people join in, and the moment you are not interacting with them, or in general, people are not going to enjoy it. They just see a person playing a game, but they start thinking, I'm not enjoying this person, he's not speaking, he doesn't really care about his channel, so why am I watching this guy instead of playing myself? That's something you want to avoid. So whether you have 1 viewer, 2 viewers, or 0 viewers, just interact with what you see, interact about the game, tell people what you're playing, be interesting. That's like the important thing, be interesting to people. And this all comes down back to put yourself in the shoes of the viewer. What do you like to see? For example, for me, I like a guy called Harris Heller, a guy who talks about tech, a guy who really cares about his audience, and he talks to the people. Now, obviously, when you have a chat filled with thousands of people, it's easier. That's fair. But you gotta start somewhere, and the longer you wait, the more difficult you make it for yourself, the more difficult it's gonna be to grow on Twitch. So make sure that you keep these things in mind. Anyway guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys really find this video informative and hopefully you got anything out of it. I'm still a growing channel myself. I'm hoping to get there myself one day, but we'll see how things go. Consistency is key. Make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'll see you guys there if you have any questions. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I wish you guys the best. Peace.